Okay.
All right. DDG. You know I gotta talk about DDG because you know I love DDG.
I know. You watch this boy raise up, grow.
DDG's alleged advice from Jay-Z adds new layer to the dinner or $500,000 meme. Now there was a meme that was going around. I don't know if you saw it. Would you take $500,000 or have a dinner with Jay-Z where you can ask him advice? Most normal people said, I'll take the $500,000. Why would somebody give up $500,000 to sit down with Jay-Z? Unless I already got $500,000. If I'm rich already.
But who asked that question?
It was a meme that was going around. Everybody was passing
because
around.
He's connected to them. So
what?
Isn't he connected to him with his girl?
No. This is just a meme. I haven't gotten to DDG yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
So there was a meme that was going around, and most normal people said, "I'll take the $500,000."
Because I got other people that
and
I
you
can have
the other
mentor me
memes,
and
right?
coach me.
There was spinoffs of those memes.
Oh, okay.
Like, would you have? I don't know. Name somebody. Flavor Flav.
Mm-hmm.
Would you take $1 or have dinner with Flavor? They was doing spinoffs, like being funny and stuff.
You know what?
Would you take a can of soup or have dinner with, somebody else? So everybody was making jokes about it. It was putting all the celebrities and saying, would you do this or would you do this to have dinner with such and such?
This or that. Mm-hmm.
There's no money I would trade to have dinner unless it's like a price of a dinner.
Okay.
$100 or dinner with Jay-Z. I'll sit down with Jay-Z for $100.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Anything that's worth me having anything, I don't care about sitting down
connect with him.
Now, when they asked Jay-Z never answers questions when he's walking on the street.
Oh.
And somebody asked him.
It wasn't a TMZ person, was it?
No, it was just a regular guy on the street.
Okay.
He said, Jay-Z. He was yelling as Jay-Z was walking. Beyonce and Jay-Z never turn around. Just like Michael Jordan. Never turns around.
Okay.
He said, Jay-Z, man, I'll take that $500,000. And Jay-Z turned around and said, smart. Like, who would trade $500,000 to have dinner with me? Okay. Or to ask me for advice.
Okay.
And that man was happy because Jay-Z turned around and said something to him.
Wow, he actually turned around and said something.
He actually stopped, turned around and said, smart.
Because you got money to invest.
And then somebody asked him on a interview about that meme that's going around. Mm-hmm. And he said, you don't have to have dinner with me. Everything you want to know about me and any moves that I made, listen to my music. I put it all in my music. That's what he said. The blueprint. Just go. I'm giving you the blueprint. Go and just listen to my stuff and you'll get everything.
Okay.
So DDG, he's met her, like you said, Halle is
they're in that circle.
Halle is his girlfriend and she's also signed to Beyonce.
Right.
So he said he's met Jay-Z several times. Okay. So it says here, DDG says he once received some food-focused advice from Jay-Z, centered on the ideal of the customer's expectations at a Chinese restaurant. The alleged advice was revealed in Maybe It's Me artist's recent interview with Jason Lee, which I saw on Hollywood Unlocked. Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff that DDG was saying on Hollywood Unlocked, it wasn't true, but Jason wouldn't know that because he's not a DDG fan. DDG he wasn't telling the truth on some of that stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So, but Jason would know because he hasn't followed him from the beginning.
Oh,
so
okay.
Like I have. But anyway, he sat down with him. And he agrees that Beyonce is one of the nicest people that you've ever met. Mm-hmm. He said the conversation then went to Jay-Z. Specifically, Lee asked Roc Nation founder if he ever talks to him. And if so, what does he talk about? He asked DDG, have you ever sat and talked to him? DDG says, I only talked to him a few times. And it ain't like I text him and call him, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But we did have a conversation. Mm-hmm. And he said, I try to ask him, like, give me some advice, something like that. Mm-hmm. Along those lines of people saying, would you get advice from him or take $500,000? Mm-hmm. He said, Jay-Z said this. I asked him at a birthday party. Actually, I was like, what advice could you give me as an artist? And Jay-Z said, he was like, if people go to a Chinese restaurant, they're expecting Chinese food. So give the people what they came for. That was Jay-Z's advice. Now, to be honest with you, that was ridiculous. But you know who it goes along the lines of? Kardashian.
What do you mean?
Their mom.
Mm-hmm.
She said the same thing. She said, she didn't say that when he said that Chinese restaurant. She said, somebody asked her, how do you deal with all the hate that the Kardashians get? Mm-hmm. She said, we don't focus on the haters. We focus on our fans and we give them what they want. So that's similar to what Jay-Z said. Mm-hmm. If you go to a Chinese restaurant, serve Chinese food. If somebody's walking in to get Chinese food, that's what you should serve. Give the people what they want. Similar to what Kris Jenner, that's it. Kris Jenner said.
Well, DDG can go a number of ways though, because he has his social media platform, but yet he does music.
Right.
What does his fans want? Do they like his social media platform, whether he sings or not? We want to follow you in your life and just what you get into.
How far does that go? Because from what I've been able to see, fans like me, we like him on social media.
More so than him doing a rap song, a CD or something.
More than the music.
See?
But he likes the music.
Sorry.
So the question is, do you give the people what they want if that's not what you want? What if that's not what you really want?
Because I think...
Or do you live your life the way you want?
I think he can do both. We like seeing... Well, you definitely. I don't follow him. Any social media influencer, you follow them because you like them and you like the interaction with them and their family, friends, things they do, their gifts. They can pick up a whole new gift and you still following them.
Yeah.
Oh, he playing the oboe now. Oh, he had going to HBCU. He a student. We're following you.
Right.
DDG can still do his music. We can follow him in the studio. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, DDG, I like that sound, dude. Okay. And then you go back to family life.
So shouldn't
he can do it all.
So shouldn't it be depending on what do you want ultimately to have? If you want to be a billionaire, I guess like Jay-Z and Kris Jenner, then you go what they said. It don't matter what you want. You give the people what they want.
Kris Jenner, in my opinion, their brand is them. If one of the girls decide to go into modeling, we see now Kim does legal thing. Anything Kardashian does, they can go to church and we'll watch them. Oh, she's shouting. They can go and go in the cornfield and say, I'm going to do some farming for the next 3 seasons. Notice you following that brand, whatever that brand does.
But you notice, even though Kim Kardashian is studying the legal thing, she still does the bikini pics and the stuff like that. Because she's giving her fans what they want.
And she likes that too, though.
But she likes it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How far do you go with giving the people what they want if that's not what you really like doing?
I don't think you need to go that far with giving the people what they want because it's about you. It's about your standards, your likes, your dislikes.
Yeah.
When you get to a point now that they're driving you on what to do and don't do,
they're driving
you're not happy no more.
So do you think, so that's what I'm saying. A lot of these people that are billionaires aren't happy.
They not?
I think they're giving the people what they want.
Well, what else do
it's
you
not
think
what I want, it's what they
want.
want.
Does DDG not want to do the show anymore?
I feel like...
Because he has a baby now.
I feel like the other advice when people say, live your life. Do what you enjoy doing, and if you get paid for it, that's wonderful. That's not the advice he gave him. He gave him the advice of give the people what they want.
I don't like that Chinese food thing because a Chinese restaurant is not going to give the people Mexican food. That's obvious. That's a cut and dry. That's a no-brainer. Come on, Jay-Z.
Yeah, that was dumb.
That's a bad analogy. A Chinese restaurant is going to deliver Chinese food.
Exactly.
I'm not going to you for tacos. So come on now. But if DDG likes the whole ideal of you following him, he could still do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
You follow him doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
also DDG reflected on a lack of mentors in his life. Nothing that he's very self-sufficient, but still feels like he needs one.
God,
I think every man, every woman, every person
needs
a mentor.
That's why I'm praying for us.
For what?
For mentor or coach. I heard a lady talk about where you are in your field, in your gift, in your whatever you out there, like Wendy, for example.
Look at somebody doing it
and you like following them. They giving you pointers. I love the coaching. I love the mentoring. Whatever level you're at when you're needing that, it's always good to have one. And I'm glad DDG is wanting one.
I think you should always have a mentor, and I think you should always have a spiritual advisor.
Yeah.
Those two things.
Yep.
So,
and one of my friends says too, if you're at a place where you even need to sit down and talk to somebody, don't be afraid to get counseling.
I think everybody, if you need a counselor, you should go to counseling.
Yes, because you're here.
But it has to be the right person.
Exactly.
Not somebody that's just getting paid for you to just sit there and they don't really care about what you're saying.
Exactly. Somebody that can let you open up and they'll have insight on, things that hopefully if you're a spiritual person, they'll have insight on things that they probably feel like, you know what, you've been hurt as a child, and that's still a wall that you're putting up. So they can help you release things and be free. Okay. Get down, DDG. So that's a mentor.
Yeah, he said he needs a mentor. He does.
Good.
I still like DDG. I know he gets clowned a lot. Jason Lee was asking him about him and Hallie getting married, and he was like, he was being like, no, probably not. Or he's not. That's not true. Hallie, every time they on the show and stuff, she calls his family, his nephew, she's auntie and stuff. You don't do all that unless that's somebody you plan on marrying. You don't bring that woman in your family.
Maybe he may not be ready to marry.
No, they're young though. They are young.
Yeah, they're planning to marry. They are married in a sense because they both share that child,
right?
And they're together all the time. But some people, if they're not ready, just be real about it.
So I think Jayz was blowing him off when he said the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
I think DDG know better.
But I do think it is similar to what Kris Jenner said when she said, "Give the people what they want." She said, "We cater to our fans."
Are you giving the people what they want when you're with a different man all the time?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. No, a lot of that is just. We're selling the brand, and we're still doing what we like to do, which happens to be what our fans like.
But I think that's something advice we can even take.
Right.
Like the people that come in here all the time, like Emerald's
advice about praying at the end of our show.
Yep. And then it was some lady that said, make our picture bigger and the other one smaller. We listen to when Wendy says something and Colleen. And
we have our Fridays friends and the Woods Report and friends.
Christopher comes in and says stuff. So I think those of you who watch us and they're loyal, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what Kris Jenner is saying. Those are the people that you listen to, not the haters. So you think the haters, they don't even listen to.
So I guess my question is she getting suggestions from them? And they sit down and go, they're wanting us to do a makes-up line. They want us to do a shoe brand.
Yeah. She's saying that somebody asked her the question, how do you deal with so much hate? Because they get a lot of hate, Kardashians.
I'm sure.
And she said, we don't focus on the haters. We focus on the people that watch us and like us. And that's who we focus on. So I can see that.
And it's funny that she's saying that because as believers, as Christians, that's what Jesus wants you to do. You don't focus on the hate.
Yeah.
We say you got to love them. Keep it moving.
But that's hard though, because
she's saying it and she's not even using a spiritual scripture with it.
You use Jesus, and that to me would be hard.
No,
if I was a disciple and I was following him and
people was hating on you.
In the beginning, though, people was like, oh, and the same people who he laid hands on and they was able to see and walk and all this, a few days later, they the same ones saying kill him. I'd be hating too. I'd be like, I would punch somebody in the face. Because you was just praising this man 3 days ago.
Now that I've done all that and died for you, and now you have the Holy Spirit living with you.
Yeah.
I said, love the Lord thy God with all thy mind, soul, heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Your neighbor can hate on you. You got to love them.
That's hard to love haters. It's hard to hate.
If Kardashian doing it.
Yeah.
They
not love. They just don't.
They're ignoring the hate.
Ignore. That's what she said.
Ignore. Don't let it get under your skin. Lizzo, I wish she had done that. Lizzo, don't let haters get on the social media and talk about you.
She's young. Because she goes back and forth. 1 minute she loves being fat. Then the next minute she hates being fat. You can. Here's the thing. As somebody that's heavy, okay? I don't stay in the house and hide. I am what I am. Yeah. I love myself. I love who I am. I think I'm good looking the way I am. Does that mean I want to be this size the rest of my life? No.
But she still don't need to listen to the haters.
Don't listen to the haters.
From the Kardashian. What's her name? Chris?
Yes.
Don't listen to haters. Don't read it because you're going to get it all the time. The women on The View say they get death threats all the time.
All the time.
I think they've tried many times and they said they were going to kill Sonny.
And they talk about everybody. You could be the most beautiful woman in the world. I saw them talking about Halle Bailey, Halle Berry, all of them.
You
can have a nice body.
She got big ears.
She's too skinny. Then you gain weight. She's too fat.
Lord,
you can never please everybody.
Never.
So that's why you got to make sure that you please yourself.
Yes.
And you got to make sure you love yourself in whatever body you're in.
Thank you.
Now, does that mean you need to stay fat? No. I'm sorry. I'm not with the stay fat plan.
Stay fit.
Because when you get older, being heavy causes a whole lot of
other health
problems.
Yeah.
And I went to the doctor and he said, well, if you lose weight, this will go away, that'll go away.
I know.
He was just naming stuff.
Sherry Shepherd said that.
You don't even have to be on any medicine. Just lose weight with your fat self. That's all the people who keep pushing being fat. Stop doing that.
She's not on meds anymore.
Yeah.
And then diet.
Yeah.
Because you do want to live long. Here's my thing, because I think you did memes on Facebook about that, living longer, living older. One of my things is, and regardless of how crazy the world is, because I know God's got my back. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I want to live longer to even be a blessing to people. Right. So if God blesses us financially, I just want to bless. Don't y'all like blessing people? Right. And imparting into them. If girl, her son is struggling. He need a new car. Yeah. Girl. Okay.
But I'm not blessing everybody.
No, I'm just saying you are in a position to do it.
You
and I like that.
Yeah. Okay. I would be the wrong person for people to come to and ask for something. So because I'll be like, no, unless I know you and, you know,
that's
stuff
true.
Like that.
And I got to be led by God to do it.
Thank you. All right. So